Hi everyone, Alan from Newlands Nursery. Hope you are well and welcome to today's 5-Minute Friday. Today we're talking about cutting back scented geraniums, prepping them for the winter effectively. So this is one of the batches of our scented geraniums that we've already prepped a lot of these for the winter. You can see we've cut them back what some people would class as relatively hard, so relatively far down. But it really helps them go through the winter. We're aiming to do two things. We're aiming to help them through the winter, so they're more likely to survive. We're also aiming to have them a better shape when they come through the winter. So when the weather warms up, they start sprouting again, you get a nicer plant. So we'll show you how to do it. We've left a few batches down here. We've got some lovely varieties. So this is one of our propagation greenhouses. So it's unheated. So they can cope with cold-ish weather, but we certainly don't want frosts on these plants. So it'll be heated just to keep frosts off over the winter. So if we take a look at this plant here, this one is Royal Oak. In order to prep this for the winter, what I'll first do is take a look at the plant, and I'm going to want to reduce the size of the plant. So I'll take off any dead leaves that you might have at the base. There's not many on this plant, but a few there. Just put down there. And then it's a case of cutting back the plant. So where leaves come from the stem here, we often call this a break. Okay, so we're looking for around about 3 to 4 breaks to be left on the plant. And some of it is trial and error, and some of it's just you get your natural eye in. But this plant, for example, always remember when you cut something back, if you're unsure, go higher rather than lower, because you can't stick it back on again. So I'll put this down here because I can't do it with 2 hands holding it. So I'm going to cut it here. Okay, nice sharp pair of secateurs, and I cut it off. Okay, so that plant there, I look at that and think, actually I'm going to go a little bit lower on this one because we've still got quite a lot of leaf. And what we want the plant to do is when it starts growing in the spring, we want it to sprout from as low as possible within reason. So you can see we've got a leaf there. We've got 1, 2, 3 breaks. This one, I'm going to take down 1 more. If I'd done that straight away and regretted it, there was no putting it back. So that's what we're left with. Okay, so we're left with what looks like a relatively small plant, which it is. It's that much easier to care for over the winter. Another thing to note with lots and lots of plants through the winter in the colder months is the amount of water you give them. If we look at this batch behind me, we have actually just recently watered it because it needed it, but there is a high chance that we won't water these again for another week, even more. So there's less sun, virtually no sun today. It's a lot colder, the plant isn't growing actively. And if we water it too much, basically the water gets a bit sodden, gets a bit damp, and it doesn't allow the plant to breathe and cope with the colder months. So make sure you reduce the amount of watering you're giving. And certainly with something like a scented geranium, we're aiming to keep it on the drier side. Don't mean bone dry, but on the drier side through the winter months. As always with our 5-Minute Friday videos, if you've got any questions at all, get in contact. We'll see you soon.